Like, people just want to dance and people want to have a great time. Like, yeah, man, like, woo, like, fuck, we're having fun. Like, we're just having a party. Like, and that's fine. Like, if you're one of those party type people, that's cool. But for me personally, I don't give a fuck about having a party. You want to listen to party music, go listen to party music. I'm not one of those people. You're never going to catch me making party music ever, or like popular music at all, because I feel like I'm fucking sacrificing a piece of myself, and I never want to do that.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Supervelli, back in the place to be, La Merca Superior Palace 81 Studios. We are back in effect, live and direct. It's your boy Mr. Nine Times back in my humble abode. I'm really getting to love this scenery right here, especially this seat right here. It's like got a lot of back support. You know what I mean? When I would do the other, and this shit is too low. Hold on, dog. Ho. We can't have this. It can't be this low in this shit. Okay, here we go. All right, we're good. All right, cause yeah, you know what I mean. I wanted to make. I want you to hear me very clearly, like really clear. Like I don't want no fucking misunderstandings about the whole shit over here. I want you to hear me loud and clear. You know what I mean? And again, like I love being back here. I love the seat because this shit is over here. My back is all fucked up from work and shit. You know, work is some bullshit as always, and my fucking head itches. Work is always some bullshit. So, I'm so glad I'm gonna be getting the fuck out of there very soon. So, I'm happy to make that announcement soon. I just got my finger crossed. Just me putting that out there in society and all that has already got me on the ropes right now. But as you can see, I love giving y'all a change of scenery. I with doing the podcast. First, when it was audio only, I knew at some point I had to bring it to video, and then doing it in my room, I knew like at some point it's not gonna be in the room all the time. But then even when you see like these other podcasts where they're like, to me they're overproduced with like they're in the studio, they got a whole setup, or like not even talking shit about anyone specifically. It's just I don't like it being overproduced, or you see the same thing in every episode, unless really you have guests where the guest kind of, it takes it away from the setup, versus if it's just me, then you're only gonna see me. So if you're only gonna see me, then I would like to change it up. So, and I just love being out here. It's very peaceful. I think I could speak very a lot more clearly versus like when I'm in my room, I hear construction and a whole lot of other bullshit, versus here I'm just in my backyard and it feels good. You can see Presley. Where is Presley, by the way? Oh, he's over there. I don't know. Can you see him? No, I don't think you can. But he's over there. You'll see him around and shit. And that's what I love also about being back here, is I could see Presley. And you could see Presley too. I wish you could see the fishes, but I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get this thing crack-a-lacking where you could see the fishes and all the aquatics, the fucking aquarium of the Serbies. Yeah. So with me, I'm literally a one-man show, so I got to be fucking over here doing tweaks to the audio, which I feel like at some point I'm not going to need to do, but I'm just I got a lot to talk about. So, first of all, I'm really tired of spending my fucking money. You know, I thank God. As soon as my paycheck hits, I just throw a bill, boom, down the savings hatch, because it's really crazy. It's really awesome the way that we spend our money like it's nobody's fucking business. If you ever got all the money you ever spent and accounted for it, you'd be like, what the fuck, dude? Like all the EDD money that I got, I remember the EDD money. 1 year, it was like almost 14 grand. I said, what the fuck? I have 14 grand, and you don't even know, because it's just the money just coming in, and the money's just being spent. And I'm like, fuck, that's just free money. How about all these other corporations and fundings that they just get money? They get our money too, all the taxpayers' money that just goes into funding fucking wars and all this other bullshit that doesn't really have nothing to do with us. I told my dad I wouldn't mind paying taxes. I have no problem. It's, I feel like everyone should chip in. You know what I mean? To whatever, fund the fucking program that goes on. But if the program is just funding, supplying missiles and all this other dumb shit that got nothing to do with us, politics, if all our money is ended up in the pockets of these other cocksuckers that aren't doing nothing but hurting our economy, then it's like, why even chip in the first place? Why don't y'all assholes get a hat and y'all chip in, and then we'll see how far you get with that shit, instead of having to squeeze nickels out of all the citizens and taxpayers' money. And we'll see how, you know what I mean? Like we'll see how that shit works up for y'all. I bet y'all would be very wise. I'm sure nobody would be buying fucking mansions and yachts or whatever other bullshit that these politicians be buying. I'm pretty sure they'd be very frugal with their money if they really cared about the system. But that's the thing with the system. People find a way to exploit it, and then where it can be exploited, it can be corrupted, and with that becomes a whole heap of bullshit. But just going back to me, yo, why did this shit just cut out right now? This is why. That's crazy, bruh. It literally just cut out. I don't even know where I stopped. But yeah, $14 more flew out of my fucking pocket. I'm on YouTube all the fucking time now because I love watching wrestling and podcasts and all this other shit. And it's just wild because I literally have so many subscriptions, and these subscriptions, they'll get you. Whoever it is, they offering deals or whatever. And literally, I think I counted last month, I'm spending I spent like $120 just on subscriptions, which is like, I can't afford that. I can't afford a quarter of my check to be fucking over here just to my subscriptions, bro. Like, I got shit to do. I got the threads. I got to be mobile over here, bro. So I can't be tied down by any one fucking by any accumulation of money that's not to be spent wisely. Like, I have no problem with spending money. That's not the issue here. The issue is like spending money wisely, you know what I mean? And YouTube, I mean, honestly, the YouTube thing is an investment, because I remember when YouTube didn't have ads. That was awesome. That was beautiful. Then YouTube started to have one ad right before, which you could skip, which was like, whatever, as long as it's only like one ad. And then also too, it wouldn't be, you wouldn't get an ad all the time. It would be like every now and then. Then it went to, you get an ad all the time. Then it went to, you get an ad in the beginning and the end of a video, so people would just get around that by not even watching the whole video. Then it went to 2 ads, 3 ads, and I don't know how many ads you get to watch now. But I'm fucking sick of the bullshit, and I'm not going to do it. I'm really not going to do it. So I just started to pay for an ad-free YouTube. It's fucking premium, the premium shit. But literally, they could have just like $5 a month. But no, these greedy cocksuckers, they just love to spend your money. They know how to spend your money. And literally, it's not, I don't think it's fair. I really don't, because all they're doing is finding ways to ramp up the subscription price while constantly taking away and downplaying the value of content creators like me, which you're watching here on fucking YouTube. So I think it's great. I think it's awesome, the fact that they could just fuck around. And I think fucking, I had a fucking eye. My eyes over here all fucked up, dog. Jesus Christ, what the hell? I got a fucking blood eye aneurysm and shit. I fucking went like all fucking. If I'm gonna go have Cyclops on y'all's and shit, right, live in front of the podcast. But my whole point is just like be wise with your money. King Louis was talking about this, you know, and I feel him. Like literally, I don't even make enough to like literally be on my feet like that for real. You know what I mean? I'm literally a dependent. And I don't mind sharing that with y'all on the podcast because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all in the same boat. You know, there's very few people in this economy that are self-sustaining and self-independent. Like everybody got to rely on some other like financial assistance. You know what I mean? And lo and behold, you know, the government, they know how to spend your money, whether it be taxes or programs or whatever the fuck. So I've been getting a lot of mail for my business. And what does this say right here? Let me read y'all. The labor law compliance notice. Your business is required by federal law to post a current compliance labor law poster in the workplace. Whether you have one employee or 1,000, you must post current employment posters in the workplace. The poster must include information about workers' compensation benefits. So for one fucking poster, I have to spend $130 fucking dollars. And it's not even like they give you a good amount of time, you know what I mean? Like they're giving me 1 month to come up with $130, which is like fine, I can do it, but it's just I wish they would have done this shit. I wish they would have, like, when they start the whole business thing, I wish they would have put that in the fine print, because I was under the assumption that all I had to do was pay a certain amount of money. But then here we go. Oh, congratulations on your new business. Now you owe us money for this, and now you need money for that. And it's just money, fucking money gone. Money comes, and money literally flies faster than it comes, and it literally gets me mad as fuck. They don't even give you a month. They give you fucking, is it 30 days? I don't know. Maybe they do give you 30 days, but regardless, the federal government can go fuck itself, because who really reads labor laws? Who really cares? Do you really need a fucking labor poster when we have Google and you could just Google the fucking federal laws? Like, is that really a thing that we need paper slips and fucking posters and all this bullshit when people get their information off of Google or whatever other shit? Like, I'm pretty sure nobody gets their news on TV really anymore. Everybody's on either Twitter or Instagram or whatever. People watching everybody else get nuked the fuck up and shit. And speaking of nukes, we got Israel and Iran, right? Let me see the Iran attacks. Were they on Israel? Israel-Iran attack. I literally just heard about this, so I'm looking it up now. And here, look, I'm not looking it up on the fucking paper. I'm looking it up on the internet, on NBC News. So why the fuck should I pay $130 for a poster? This is what goes back to where, like, why do we pay so much for shit that ain't got nothing to do with us? I'm sorry for being so educational on the podcast and not entertaining y'all with some sort of, substance. Presley, are you with me on this shit? Like, look at him. You see, there he is. I can't believe this, buddy. Understanding the current conflict in the Middle East as Iran and Israel shadow war comes to light. Last Saturday, Iran launched a barrage of missiles and drones on Israel in response to an Israeli airstrike earlier in this month that killed several Iranian military officers. Israel responded Friday with a targeted operation in Iran that was limited in scope, and a source familiar with the matter. Okay, you all right? Why are you coughing? If you throw up, I'm going to have to burp you like a baby, and no more peanut butters for the boy. All right? Okay, right? So it's just like, honestly, bro, people are like, people in World War III, man, like, it's just going down, man. But it's like, really, like, this shit's been going on. I don't know why everybody's freaking out about this whole shit, because every fucking day there's some sort of an attack going on that involves the fucking U.S. apparently. Like, the U.S. has to always be in somebody else's fucking business, because we want to create business that creates money for the government, which is just like wow to me. It's just it really is crazy how we have all these we could fund all these fucking wars, and we're literally paying for wars, and you could really understand how people hate America, but then when you go to other countries, you're like fuck this country too. So it's like I don't know. I'm really two ways about it. You know what I mean? So on a lighter topic, last night or yesterday, it was 30 Miles' Aftersmoke show. Congratulations, 30 Miles. You had a hell of a show, a hell of a setup. I really fuck with it. One thing I did not like about this shit is I had to go all the fucking way to East LA, which was like, bro, I hate LA traffic. I hate LA traffic. LA traffic can suck a dick. It's really crazy how the concept of the overpopulation can get to the point to where it's slowing down traffic, and traffic ain't gonna do nothing but be worse, which is the crazy part. Like if LA traffic, like what is if the birth rate of people is like, I don't know, let's just say 2 times what the LA traffic can handle, that means it took me 1 hour to get home yesterday from East LA to my house. So that means is it going to take 2 hours to get from East LA to my house in like 10 years or whatever the mathematics is? This shit's crazy, bruh. Like, I really don't like the way it's going down. Presley, what have you got? What have you got in your mouth over there, Winch? Presley. Up. What's that? Come here. What's that? Come here. What have you got right there, my friend? What is that? Huh? You okay? Come here. Let me give you some chin scratches. So, yeah. I forgot what I was talking about, and I don't even really care. Oh, the show. Oh, my bad. Okay, so I hate LA traffic. Fuck all that. 30 Miles, he put on the show at Refill Art Supplies. I met some great people from all kinds of different graffiti crews. Everybody was getting their graffiti cans on and piecing up. That shit was dope. I honestly wanted to start piecing up too, but obviously they had artists there like to paint and shit, and they were all painting on tarps, which is like, fuck, I need to do that too. The only thing is, like, I got to be careful, because if I already know if I paint the wall, I'm gonna have to paint the whole wall. Like, if I put paint on the wall, I'm gonna have to repaint the wall white, and I'm not gonna want to do it. So what is it? Why are you playing with the wires with your face? Do you like playing with the wires with your face? I noticed that you like doing that. No? Listen, man, I don't know what that shit is over there, but that didn't really look delectable, you know what I mean? So you better watch out with that shit, because it didn't look like a bone. It doesn't look edible. And all these gnats are around me. Look at you. You look so beautiful. You look like a lion in the light. Whoa. There was a crow that just swooped down, dog. That was crazy. A big-ass crow just fucking came through right here. Shit. Oh, so shout out to everybody that came through for 30 Miles' event. All grip of homies came through, like Chicano Syndicate, Abe the Freak, Don Jesse was in the cut. All the homies came through, right? And it was dope. I had the homie Avis. We came through. We shot a music video beforehand. And it was really weird to me, because I have this whole thing of, like, if you're not from anywhere, like, you really shouldn't be, like, if you're not from the place, like, you probably shouldn't do a music video where you're not from, right? I'm not from East LA. But I love the culture, and I love, like, this is the raza. This is where my pops is from, you know, East LA representing. So, and it was really cool, because while I'm performing and doing the whole shit out there for the music video, people were watching me like, who the fuck is this fool? Like, where can I find his YouTube? You can find it right here, dog, on Big Serves. So it was dope. Shout out to homie Advis. What is it? At the show, they have Moby Rick's tacos. Fire, bro. If they weren't $4 a piece, I would have bought like maybe 10 or something, because they were bomb. They were the bomb bizzle, bruh. And I understand, like, $4 a taco is not that crazy, especially when it's a 2-man operation. It's just them and yada, yada, yada. But, I mean, I had to be real reasonable with my money. Had I just got paid, I probably would have got 4. Like, it would have been nothing, right? But literally, I just spent the last of my money on my YouTube subscription. So the whole Refill Art Supplies, I got like 2 cans over there. I got 2 markers. It was dope, bro. Like, I just love the atmosphere, the graffiti atmosphere. It was really really dope to perform there, because it was like, it just put me in that street element. We're in East LA, we're performing in a graffiti store. People are coming in there while I'm performing, buying cans and markers or whatever, and people just getting their creative artistry on. It really brought this element of real street creativity that I love, bruh. I love me some street creativity. That's what I grew up on, and that's just what I love. You're listening to it right now, street creativity. Besides the fact that I dropped my phone, I don't know if you heard that. But as far as performing, man, I already feel it. I don't know if this is me over critiquing myself and shit, but I feel like I gotta get better. Like, not that I'm bad and shit, but it's just like I feel like I could get better. I feel like what it is I need to get my material down, and once I get my material down, then it just goes to me having the freedom of doing what I want to do and being comfortable. Because once I feel like I don't have my lyrics down, then I feel like I have to, like, I'm in my head, like, don't fuck up. Oh, this line is coming. So, you don't have this line 100% down. And that was really for like Embers. But like the rest of the show, every time I feel like I have to overthink, then I feel like I'm overthinking the performance. And that happens like every performance. But I want to get it to where I don't have that feeling and I could just be comfortable up there. Like, yeah, you're going to always have butterflies and shit, which is funny because I was mad that I was under the impression that the thing was going to start at 12 and I was going to go up at 1. But what ended up happening was it really started at 1 and everybody, like, I performed at 2, which is fine. But the LA traffic is so bad that I didn't leave till like 3, and you're right in the middle, like prime time of everybody leaving from work to go home. And literally, you would think LA is just like home has jobs for LA citizens, and yeah, that's like everybody in LA probably works in LA. I probably don't think people drive from LA. Like, there's definitely people from all around, like as far as fucking Victorville, the high desert, coming down to LA to work, which is crazy. You're talking about a easily 3-hour drive, especially going back from rush hour or whatever you want to call it. So I fucking hate the traffic. And I literally, the latest I wanted to leave was 1:30, because had I left at 1:30, I would have been home by like 2, like around like 2:15 or something like that, which would have been awesome. Flying by, going like 80 and shit down the fucking whatever, the fast lane. But that didn't happen, and I literally almost pissed my pants. Or actually, I did pee my pants. Literally, I was trying to fucking piss in a bottle while I'm driving, and that didn't work. So fucking, I had been drinking a lot of water, so I had pulled over and I pissed and I made one whole bottle, and I'm like, fuck, I don't have another bottle. So I had to go, and while I'm holding more piss, and I probably pissed 3 more bottles away, wherever I stopped at. And I was in such a shitty mood yesterday because I was mad that 30 Miles didn't tell me I was going up at 2. He told me I was going up at 1. So I'm under the impression that he's late when he really was on time the whole time in his mind, but he just didn't fucking tell me. So I'm mad. I don't even have the butterflies. I just go up, perform, I kill it. I'm driving, and as soon as I get on the 60 from the 710, I'm pissed off. I'm like, no, like, it cannot be this much traffic already. There was. So I'm mad about the traffic. I didn't even perform when I wanted to beat the traffic. I have to piss a gallon while I'm driving. I had to pull over, piss in a bottle, stop somewhere, piss there. I literally missed the whole Pokemon event. I just caught like enough Pokemon in the event to be like, okay, at least I didn't miss the entire event. I missed pretty much the whole event, but I missed 95%, but at least that 5% was like enough for me, right? And yeah, so that put me in a super mean funk yesterday. I was mad as fuck. The only thing that got me through yesterday was watching like the whole first half of the second season of Invincible, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But going back to the performance, I will never sacrifice my lyrics for popularity. Like there's people that perform. I see people who perform and they do the, like, people just want to dance and people want to have a great time. Like, yeah, man, like, woo, like, fuck, we're having fun. Like, we're just having a party. Like, and that's fine. Like, if you're one of those party type people, that's cool. But for me personally, I don't give a fuck about having a party. You want to listen to party music, go listen to party music. I'm not one of those people. You're never going to catch me making party music ever, or like popular music at all, because I feel like I'm fucking sacrificing a piece of myself, and I never want to do that. What is it? Just, I see people and with their music, and it makes no fucking sense. Like, super simple bars, you know what I mean? We're here to have fun in the club, me and my friends. Tomorrow, do it again. And it's just like, what the fuck does that even have to do with shit? And I mean, like, yeah, like, all popular records are very simple. They're not lyrical and all that shit. I want to say, like, the latest popular rap song that was on the radio that had a lot of musical substance was probably King Kuta by Kendrick Lamar. And we'll probably cover the beef a little bit later, but I just think it's crazy how there's no substance in music anymore. Like, there's literally not. There's no records out here that are thought-provoking, conscious, that have a message, that speak to the people, or are out here advocating for some sort of substance. It's just all bullshit. It's all advocating for drugs and drinking and partying and all this shit. And it just goes to show you what our culture values. And it's just really not anything meaningful to me in the music and in the radio. Actually, the radio's not. It doesn't give a fuck about the people. All the radio is like, what's on the radio? I can't even tell you what's on the radio now, but it's all bullshit. And as far as performing, it's just like that too. People just want to have a good time, and I understand that, but I mean, I guess that's a sacrifice I have to live with. Of just like, I don't even give a fuck about making palatable music. I just care about, is it as dope as I can make it? My pen, does it sharpen my pen, my skills? Does it bring me to another level lyrically, musically? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? I just want to get better as an artist. I don't care about, is this gonna sell? Is this gonna be performance wise what gets me on? Like, don't get me wrong. I make music and I'm like, oh, okay, like, this is what's gonna hit for me. Like, I could perform the fuck out of this, but I'm still trying to find that, and I think I'm finding it more, and I'm getting better with that now. It's just like, it really does like make me like I just shake my head, bro. Like, wow, you know, just there's no for a lot of performers and a lot that's what it really is. Like, a lot of the younger talent, a lot of them is just like, it's either like too, I don't even want to see too lyrical, because I see the bullshit outweighs like the lyricism, but whatever, I don't know. Let me see. But going back to the beef. So Drake, I think at first dropped a No. First, J. Cole dropped the diss to like Kendrick Lamar, right? Then J. Cole wants to opt out and say that it hurt his soul, or it hurt his his feelings or whatever, and it put him in a bad energy and all this shit. And it's like, I don't know, that shit was kind of corny to me. You don't throw rocks and hide your hand. I forgot who I told this, but I was like, literally, had he just dropped that and not said anything, and then years later or later on would have been like, yeah, I stopped because I felt like, you know, it was detrimental to my health or my music, then it would have been more commendable. But like, it came off as very it came off as really weak, for lack of a better terms. And that's where we are in hip hop, where you got to look cool and you can't look weak, and you got to look cool with your little hats and your shirts and your glasses. You know what I mean? That's what we are in hip hop. Hip hop is fashion and it's street and it's aggressive, and that's what it is, bro. So this is what you sign up for. So if you're not with that, like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Me personally, I would have just not said anything. I wouldn't have publicly said like, oh yeah, you could diss me and I'm not going to say shit. Like, bro, like, just let it happen. You know what I mean? That's what happens when people talk too much. I feel like, you know, you just overshare or whatever, and it's like, you didn't need to do all that, bro. Like, you could just bow out gracefully. You didn't have to feel like you had to explain yourself. That's the thing with people. I feel like this shit has people like explaining or having to overshare or whatever, and it's like, no, bro, just chill. Like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Like, say no more. You know, sometimes I talk too much on the program or whatever, but it's like, fuck y'all, this is my program. If you don't like it, like, listen to some other shit. But like, in the grand scheme of things, these dudes aren't podcasters. They're not, you know, content creators in that way. You know, they have whatever. Like, that's just my opinion. And then Drake came out with like an AI diss track to Kendrick Lamar using the voices of Tupac and Drake. And I could see how people they really like it. Like, oh, like, this is a fucking crazy diss, dog. Like, Drake, he's Tupac because fucking Tupac is the West Coast, and Kendrick Lamar, he's from fucking Compton, right? And then we have Snoop Dogg. He worked with Dr. Dre, who's from Compton, so it creates all this West Coast. It's the perfect diss, dog. Like, all these fucking nerds that break it down like that are crazy to me. Like, I could see how y'all like that shit, but me personally, I think it was more so like, I think it was just, I liked it just because it was the fact that Kendrick Lamar had a whole album with Tupac's, well, in the end, like on Mortal Man, like you could see like To Pimp a Butterfly, it all wraps up with the poem, Kendrick talking to Tupac, and Tupac has like, or Kendrick has like a rare vintage Tupac interview that nobody had, that I think he said he got from Germany or whatever. And I really like that. Like, if we're gonna use AI, like, might as well use it to like do shit like that. But I mean, I don't know. It's different, you know. For disses, like, disses have to be groundbreaking in some way, I guess. So I give him kudos for that. I just think that people are giving Drake too much credit. Like, it was a good diss, but it wasn't like the shock value of it was he used AI. But besides that, he didn't really say nothing too crazy. Like, he talked about the Taylor Swift shit and how Kendrick needs permission from Top. But besides that, he really didn't say anything crazy. You know what I mean? It's not like he exposed Drake like Pusha exposed him. You know what I mean? That's why I'm just like, if you're going to come at Kendrick, bro, you know you can't play with him. And, like, I feel like Drake went for the shock value. Like, Drake has to go after this. I feel like Drake is doing everything he can to gain some relevancy. And it's all through shock value. And it's all through this shit that has nothing to do with his music. Like, with him in Future beefing it whenever he had a beef with Meek Mill, Pusha T. Like, you could tell Drake, whenever shit isn't working for him, all he does is go back to his old bag of tricks that I guess it's old reliable because it has people talking about him. But to me, it's just like, okay, well, what else? Because if the music isn't good, then the disses don't mean shit. Then all this beef is for nothing. Because Pusha murdered Drake. Meek Mill bowed out. J. Cole bowed out. We're waiting. We're just literally waiting on Kendrick. And I know for a fact when Kendrick comes through with his response, Drake ain't gonna have no ammo for that. And the sad part is for me personally, I don't think Kendrick gives that much of a fuck. The time for Kendrick jumping out the window, I feel like has already come and gone. Like Kendrick is already doing his own thing. And believe me, I already know Kendrick could come through with some shit that'll end Drake's career if he wanted to. But is K-Dot gonna want to do that? Who knows? You know? I just hate the fact that people are clowning Kendrick and trying to downplay him like, oh, Drake is the god. And that's the whole shit. I hate the Drake fans out there that just they wish upon a star that Drake is this dude that's, you know, he's this person when he's this artist that, in my opinion, I really don't think he is. He has all these writers. He has to use AI. He has to use ghostwriters, AI, shock value, and it just screams at a desperate artist clawing for relevancy. And to me, it's just burning his time more on the top, because the only reason why there's not any artist as big as like a K-Dot or a ASAP, well, like when ASAP was on fire, you know what I mean? It is because of that. There's no artist right now that's on top. But watch, once we get another like a male version of Ice Spice or something like that, or like not like a male Ice Spice, but somebody that is of that stature and that meteoric rise, then I feel like Drake could just get the fuck out of here. And Drake has to leech off of a big artist somehow. He did that with everybody. He did that with, you know, he did it with everybody, bro. I Love McConan, Party Next Door, The Weeknd. The list goes on. The list really goes on. So, and that is not to downplay Drake, but it is what it is. I'm not a Drake fan. I like some of his music. I think Drake has the potential to be as great as probably what everybody else thinks he is. But when you have ghostwriters and all this shit, I really can't respect you and your music. That's just how I feel. That's my opinion, because I'm an artist as well, obviously, and I don't like my code is like to be as authentic as you can make yourself. And when you have to rely on all these like underhanded tactics, it's just it's corn on the cob to me. It really is. It's corn on the kizzle for shizzle nizzle, you know. So the way I feel about it is we're just gotta wait on Kendrick. I think Kendrick will come out, he'll do some dope shit, and I have no worries about it. I think if Kendrick doesn't, like the rumor is Kendrick is gonna come out with an album, and then the response will be on the album. If it's coming in May, I doubt that Kendrick had everything ready for the response as quick. Like maybe Drake did come out with that AI shit, like to try to like, you know what I mean, like get the punch in first. So when, like, if we think Kendrick's album is gonna have the diss and it don't have the diss, then it just makes Drake look better. So I don't know. I think it's really interesting. Even with all my opinions about the respective artists, I think it's just really interesting. It really does change the tide of music. So even if I didn't like the diss, even if I don't really like Drake as an artist, I do take my hats off to you for coming out with the AI shit, because it puts it in perspective of like what can we see from disses in the future. I don't respect that he used Pac and Snoop's voices, but I like where he took it. Like if you're gonna do a low blow and shit like that, might as well, because you don't have other shit like that on K-Dot besides that. And yeah, we'll see what K-Dot says, right? I have so much shit to talk about, and literally this happens every time. So where do we want to end this up? Okay, so watching Invincible. So I watched the whole first season of Invincible again. Crazy. Like I forgot how dope it was. Super gory. The story's great. Had me feeling like, you know, the whole dynamic with Invincible and his girl Amber just brought out like a lot of personal shit. Even like just shit that goes on with like him and his family and his girl. It just really brought out all my shit and made me think of like my personal life. And anytime a show does that, very rarely does a show do that shit. Power did that with me, and Invincible does that to a T, where I'm just like, man, fucking, it just makes me think about my life, you know. And the second season, watching the first half, I think it's really good. I think so the first season is just a great story, you know. They're setting up all the characters. Now the second season it's less story and more action, and more like what we're doing with these characters and how it involves the story, because there's so many subplots within like the major plot arc that I think is phenomenal. I think they could really do Invincible can go up to, like, you know what I mean, like it could be one of those like 6-7 seasons of great material. Not, they could stretch it if they wanted to further than that, but I think it's great. I think the pacing of it, I think, is awesome. The fact that they brought in like the multiverse and multi dimensions and storylines, I think that's fucking crazy. I always think that's it. Really, like, and that shit intrigues me. And I really thought to myself, there's a reality where I'm not a podcaster. There's a reality where I'm a fucking megastar like Eminem. There's a reality where, you know what I mean, I'm a fucking, you know, knock on wood, I'm a fucking homeless person on the street. I'm a beggar. There's a you know what I mean, in my head, right? Like, but this is the fact that I'm living in this reality where I'm living in this space. Like, there's a reality where I was born a fucking, you know what I mean, in the Congo. I'm Congolese and I'm fucking spearing arrows through motherfuckers and shit like that. But I'm in this reality. I'm living in Ontario. I have a dog. I'm doing this in my backyard. You know what I mean? Like, it becomes surreal. Like, wow, what the fuck? It's just, it really took me there. Like, wow, fucking, this shit is really intriguing. And the whole, like, Invincible's dad is a Viltrumite, and it made me think of, like, the Nazis and communism, how they want to sacrifice all your freedom for your security under better, you know, medicine and like, you know, They basically want to colonize and conquer other worlds under the guise of, like, we'll give you the best medicine, we'll give you everything, you just have to submit. It's just a wild, crazy concept that I don't think is ever done in, like, the superhero movies. I don't think so, or I don't read the comics, so if it's been done, it's been done. But I just, as far as, like, the shows, I love how Invincible is going. When I finish it, I'll definitely come back and I'll update you guys. But it's just a phenomenal show. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's awesome. It's an awesome show. I love the characters, love the story, love how it's just different. It's not your cookie cutter Superman. Yeah, there's little elements of like, oh, these fools look like the Justice League and all that shit. But besides that, besides the how it looks, it's far. It couldn't be any further from anything else that's ever been done, whether it be in movies, animation, whatever, right? It's just a super breath of fresh air, and I couldn't advocate for it anymore, man. The message of the day, bruh, I didn't really have a message of the day. Here's a good message. I was feeling burnt out yesterday with I was getting mad about the whole traffic and the whole situation. So know where you're burnt, know where you're gonna get burnt out. Know when to just chill and just relax. Cause yesterday I really needed like 1,000 woosahs, cause I was really ready to flip. You know, I was getting really emotional, and I knew that too. Like, just relax, like just chill out. Even though like my fucking wheels were spinning fucking fire flakes into the sky, you know. So the message of the day, man, is just be careful, relax. You know what I mean? It's not that serious. I'm saying this really for more my sake, but like for everybody else, just like chill out, just fucking breathe in, breathe out. Everything is gonna be all right. Relax, enjoy nature, go for a walk, hang out with your dog. This is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.